It is all over for Hearts in Europe this season, but should it be all over for Neil Critchley with his short time at Tynecastle maybe coming to an end? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We're going to find out the answers, hopefully, to those questions right here, right now, with the Hearts fans react. So yeah, finished 2-2 at Tynecastle, Hearts 2, Petrocub 2, Hearts out of Europe. But, I mean, you get what you deserve, and Hearts got what they deserved after tonight, knocked out.
They got knocked out, they deserved it, they did not deserve it across 6 games. As you said, you were hitting pretty heavy on this point.
Well, make up your mind.
If you don't beat, no, but you said it more than me, if you don't beat Petrocub, you don't deserve to go through. It's that simple. Alright, and you know what, I second that. The team that finished last, for God's sake, man. The worst team in the Conference League, a competition for the past however months, man, we've been burying for the lack of quality, even though I like it. I like the Conference League. But if you can't beat the worst team in it to qualify at home, then what are you doing?
Aye, this competition now should be giving whichever Scottish club is in it a real chance to actually go far. I think previously, if you weren't called Celtic or Rangers, the chances of you having a run in Europe were pretty much non-existent. I mean, at best, you were maybe praying you could get out the group stages. But with this new competition, not only do you think that a team like Hearts or Aberdeen or Hibs or whoever's representing Scotland, not only do you think they can maybe qualify for the next round, but, you know, judging on whoever you get, luck of the draw, there's no reason why you can't get to maybe quarters or whatever, semis, because people might laugh, but the level of competition in this Europa Conference is not great.
No,
so
it's not.
This is a real opportunity for Scottish clubs that aren't called Celtic or Rangers to have a run in Europe, and Hearts have completely blown it. Don't think the way Hearts are playing this season, they would have got past the playoffs, to be quite honest, but they should at least be in the playoffs. Give yourself that fighting chance, and they've not done that because they didn't show much fight against Petrocub with that 2-2 draw. So yeah, Critchley, should he go? Should the board go? Let's find out. Salmon's Pizzeria. What's
Pizzeria, mate.
Pizzeria.
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 That's the one.
That's
we
the
got
one.
there.
More time to focus on the league. A blessing in disguise, or the latest in a long line of disappointments this season, Jambos. Yeah, it's the latest in a long line of disappointments. It's not a blessing in disguise. Piss off with that shit.
No,
Birthday card pish.
It's never a blessing in disguise.
Anyone who that's trying to pull the wool over the sheep's eyes. It's not good.
The only way you feel it as a blessing in disguise if the 2 extra games were going to cause havoc and get you relegated, but that's not the case. You know what I mean? Just not the case.
Nah, you never want to get knocked out. I don't care.
Hearts need the money.
You never want to. No, it's not about money. You never want to get knocked out.
Yeah, but you want the money as well. And you want to, you as you pointed out, best chance you'll get of a run in Europe.
It's unacceptable to claim that going out of a competition is a good thing. It's just not. It's that shite mentality. And I wouldn't want it for any of my clubs.
Any of your clubs?
Clubs.
Clubs. Up next, the Free Logic.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Diet Huns. There you go. It only took 2 comments to get Huns in there. Surprised it wasn't in the first comment.
It appears to be Neil Critchley behind that, but I'm scared to click it.
I'm going to take a risk. How bad can it be? Yeah, it's just Neil Critchley.
Oh, no, it's a video. It could be anything.
We can build something special here, and not with you in charge, mate.
No wonder it was sensitive information.
Jamie Dow says, sack the board, Budge out. Yep, and Budge could be leading 2 Hearts relegations. 3.
That is horrific. You know what I mean? Well, she's at catering the entire time.
Aye, that's just not acceptable.
No, it's not, man.
Yeah, some clubs have never been relegated.
There is a trend, like Hearts in the last 10 years are...
They're either the best team outside the Old Firm, or their pants.
Yeah. And this season
there seems to be no in between. But then again, if Hearts were mid-table and having a mediocre season, we'd still be complaining. So it's irrelevant, really. When you're Hearts, you need to be third.
Aye, there's no choice.
And if you're not third, you need to be fourth, competing for third.
Yeah,
you cannot be mid-table or even worse, relegation.
You know, the absolute bare minimum is 5th.
Yeah,
absolute bare minimum.
I mean, it all comes down to money, doesn't it? You'll always have Hearts, Aberdeen, Hibs fans saying that they can't compete, they can't close the gap, they can't challenge for the league because of the finances. Aberdeen fans will use finances as an excuse this season for them dropping off against Celtic. And look, the finances, it's there, it's a legit reason, but at the same time, Aberdeen and the two Edinburgh clubs, they enjoy a decent gap in finances over the rest of the league. It's not massive, but they still have larger salaries. They still make more money. So you can't use finances as an excuse.
You're right. Because
you can't say, oh, we're not able to compete in the top two because of finances, but then just accept for being beaten by teams.
See those three clubs though, right? They're the ones that make like the exciting loan signings, or like the guys that are slightly past it. The Dwight Gales, the Junior Hoylets, the guys like that get brought in. Ross County aren't going to be bringing in those guys. They can't do it.
No.
You know what I mean? And you're right. You can cry about budgets all day and all night, but the reality is, see Aberdeen this season. Yeah, they don't have the budget to compete against Celtic and Rangers, but they haven't picked up a win in 5 games. Hearts, when was the last time? Hearts are bogging.
I don't think we're going to see the best that Scottish football can be until our top 5 clubs are all firing on all cylinders, and it's very rarely happened.
Oh, no, of course.
But realistically, it should be, because the Old Firm are guaranteed top 2, unless you get the odd season where Rangers drop off or something like that, right? But more often than not, I reckon every season the top 5 should be finishing the top 5. With maybe, the odd upset, maybe one team, finishing above one of them. But seen the past 10 years, how often has the top 5 been that 5? I maybe recall.
In the league.
I'm recalling once. I think once in the last 10 seasons, the top 5 clubs have finished in the top 5,
which is crazy.
And I believe Neil Lennon, it was his last season at Hibs. I think that happened. Anyway, let's move on.
18-19.
I think it was I think it was that one. Was it the one before that? Anyway.
It wasn't the one after, because your team got relegated for you, assume.
Jonathan says, you're out on goals scored. Ha ha ha. UEFA Conference League end at 25th.
What have we got to say to Jonathan? Got he had to say to Jonathan? By the way, it was out in goals scored, it wasn't in goal difference. How tragic's that? That's absolutely tragic, man. But going out in goals to TSC, because they scored 3 goals against Noah and his arc.
Robbie says 2 words. Not good enough, which is actually 3, but...
I think the depression's hitting you, isn't it?
What can I say? Happy Dawn. I'd like to genuinely thank you for this, even though it's bloody freezing outside and the lack of daylight hours will get us all down. One thing you can guarantee is that Hearts will make us laugh like fuck. It's truly a magical time of the year. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hearts, hearts, glorious heart. All that hatred from you towards Aberdeen is coming back to bite you.
Well, they're a tin pot club, aren't they, man? The one season they do well and all their fans start flocking to Pittodrie.
And now they're flocking away. Migration season again. Heading home for the holidays.
Aberdeen are smart. Hibs and Hearts are bigger than Aberdeen. I'm not having it, man. 100%. They're capital clubs, man. You'd rather play for Hibs than Aberdeen. 100%. Hibernian. Last won a trophy before Aberdeen as well, so I'll put my rivals over.
How about you're all shite?
No, I don't like that. When was the last time Aberdeen beat Rangers in the cup final?
You tell me.
Anyway, right, light on. Far decision against us with their goal. No goal for us and their pen. I knew it was coming after all that, but honestly should have beat them no problemo. Give Critchley Jan summer windows, see what he can change, because same players, same crap. By the way, Spittle should have been on for start. VAR decision against us with their goal. No goal for Ander. No, I'm not really sure what decisions he's talking about here.
The Petrocub goal the first goal might have been off.
I think that's level.
Yeah.
I've no issue with that, man. That's level.
Fair enough, I'll move on then. Michael Stewart.
What do you?
Well,
it's so marginal, man, that I don't think you can really complain.
Yeah, but the far...
See, before VAR, you would not even be... You'd be like, you would just... See, before VAR came out, you would simply look at that and go, eyes level.
I just think Michael
Yes
Stewart...
or no?
No, I agree, but I think Michael Stewart is just unbelievably biased and bitter.
Yeah, I'm not going to cry over something that may have been a millimetre.
Like,
or a centimetre at most.
He's, he feels like he commentates on every game, and see if he's got a team that he favours, he fucking lets you know he favours them.
I don't think Critchley should be given the January and summer windows. 2 more windows. That means you're guaranteed to go into him next season. He could be spending for the championship. Nah, you're all right. Aloha Grump says side to side and pass to the back. What a sad state this team have fallen to. I never want to hit Robbie Nielsen to go. Bring him back. Scott Leasham says Ferguson, Grant and Boyson. Critchley doesn't have it. Don't even give him the January window. Stop the cheap option. Get an experienced manager. I'd see Fargas, Grant and Boyce. Waste his shirts. Liam Boyce, I think, was at one time a decent striker. But he's lost his pace. He's been very injury prone. Past 2 seasons, I think he's been injured more than he's been fit. Probably, I mean, since he turned 30, he's been injured more than he's been fit.
What age is he?
I believe he is 34. But anyway, look, Liam Boyce, just not what you want to be bringing on when you need a goal to rescue your European campaign. Fargas will never be a top 5 league player. The guy's not even good enough for Scottish football. Yeah, he thinks he should be in the top. That's mental. And George Grant, never really rate it either. I'd move all 3 of them on.
Did he not score that good goal last year? Halfway line?
I don't recall.
Nah, maybe it was somebody else then. But yeah, I mean, Fargas, you know what? People's like, oh...
You're on about the Stephen Humphries one?
No, well, he did score. No, it was a good goal. Was it against Fiorentina last year? George Grant scored a good goal. Don't know if it was from the halfway line. It was good.
Well, he didn't score the night, and that's when we needed it.
Fuck, last year. It couldn't have been last year. Aberdeen were in.
Aye. Mac Averty says, absolutely shocking. No desire, no guts, no will to win. My grandson junior team would have thrashed them tonight. Probably not, but...
I don't know, fuck, Hearts were pretty shite. £13 a ticket, and we all know why it is, because it's shite.
Ian McGill says, calm down everyone, we can take consolation in Ambudge's brother getting paid big bucks by the club. Some guy from Brighton coming in to make money from us, and a 3rd relegation in recent history coming right up. Yeah, in fact, this will be our 3rd relegation in what? Almost a decade?
You're saying that like it's confirmed, man. Relax. Your team's not going down.
I think we could if we keep Critchley. Graham Atkins said, absolutely disgraceful to a man. You are pathetic. No fight, no desire, no passion, no respect out of this club. All of you, players and management. I have seen bad Hearts teams, not this bad. You know what, man? I actually don't even think Hearts were that bad. They just weren't good. I can't sit here and say I thought they were fucking shite.
They were, though.
You think they were?
Yo, I get you, right?
Nah, for me it was mediocre. Like it was a poor performance.
I think it's about a 4 out of 10 performance, but I think what you've got to look at is the opposition. This ain't a 4 out of 10 performance against Copenhagen. This ain't a 4 out of 10 performance against Celtic or Heidenheim. You know, a team of that level that they faced this season. This is a 4 out of 10 performance against the worst team the Hearts have faced this season. Undoubtedly, they are the worst.
Captain Dandy says, fuck the quote, fuck the coefficient, that was incredibly funny, and that's what matters, quote, I believe it is how it goes. I take it somebody said that from a Hearts perspective, then I don't know. Connor Henderson says, sorry, but serious questions have to be asked about Critchley now. What has he done different than Naismith? Never got a very good record so far out of Europe. At our biggest chance we've had in years, a club's a shambles. Jay Moyer says, fucking hell, it was worse than us getting beat by Darvel. What a small, shitty club. No, it wasn't. No, it's fucking not.
No, Darvel's worse, man. That's the 8th tier.
Darvel is that. I mean, imagine claiming that. No. We lost to the. We didn't even lose. We drew against the team that's 3rd in Moldova. Come on. You can't seriously sit and say a team in the 8th tier Scottish football is better than the 3rd best team in Moldova.
Yeah, as we said earlier, we gave a couple of teams in the Championship a chance of going through the Conference League. 8th tier of Scottish football, you're looking at...
I mean, Petrocub you'd expect Petrocub to probably win League One, wouldn't you?
Aye.
Maybe avoid relegation in the Championship. Or mid-table or something. I mean, let's not pretend that this is like you say, is 8th tier level.
People need to... Darvel was it was a decent Aberdeen team. They fielded it like it wasn't even that bad, but... Yeah, if I was an Aberdeen fan, I wouldn't mention Darvel.
No. And it came sandwiched in between 5 and 6-0 losses against Hearts and Hibs.
He had to go, didn't he?
That wasn't good. Who'd want to be Hearts CEO? Terrible job, isn't it? HMFC 1874 says, what have we had in return for the 18 mil we pumped into the club? Hee-haw! He to the haw. Ace of Hearts, not really much can be said. Not enough winners in that team at all. Picking up a decent wage, every one of them. The squad is massively imbalanced. Massive job for Critchley and Graham Jones to turn this around. I don't know why it should be Critchley's job to turn it around. I'd bite the bullet now. I'd take the loss and bring in somebody else.
So would I. I mean, I said this. If they didn't go through, it's a sackable offence. Michael Stewart, one of the few things I agree with him. See, when he was announced Critchley, it was an underwhelming sign. It was, what has this guy done to get the Hearts job? You know what I mean? We're talking about a club, right, with that investment for Tony Bloom, which was rumoured at the time as well, right? And the fact it's a capital club, a team that finished third last year, European football, full house more or less every week, and they get fucking Tony Critchley. Wait, what's his name?
Comfortably.
Neil Critchley?
Comfortably.
I just forgot his name, that's how good he is.
Liam A says change is needed. Andy Fenwick says sack the board, Budge out, McKinley out. Ryan S says sack the board, Budge out. So a lot of sack the boards here.
You know what though?
A lot of Budges out.
See, Tony Bloom would maybe go to him as Ann Budge and be like, right, Tony, you this wee gimmick you've got worked out at a lot of other clubs. Have you got any managers that you like the look of that could, be at the front, the battlefront of this project?
See, what I've heard is they don't want to spend big money on a good manager because they believe that this project will be bringing in the best players and therefore...
But you need a good manager to work with the players.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand the logic, but they believe that the manager won't really be making signings because the players will be getting recommended and they'll be getting brought into the club through this system. So therefore, they can do it with an inexperienced manager. They just need someone to really pick the team, and I think that's nonsense because you can give a shit manager the best team. It's not going to...
Why?
I don't get that logic.
Why are we pretending that this Hearts team's wank, by the way? That logic might work if Hearts have got the 12th best squad in the league and Neil Critchley's doing alright with what he's got. We're talking about a team that was the third best.
Yeah.
I still think is easily like the fourth, at worst, best squad. Why is this guy going to be trusted with the players?
Yeah, I don't know why people are pretending as if that everybody needs to go and this Hearts team's rubbish when it's clearly not.
Yeah. It's not like, as you said, Boyce, Grant, Vargas, that's three guys. You look at Penrice, Wilson, youngsters like that, Tate coming through. You've got Shanklin, Gordon, Rolls. You've got, Halkett, Beninjabi. You've got Devlin, Dahanda, Spittle. I mean, they're all... See everyone I mentioned there? I wouldn't mind them at Rangers. Most of them.
It's just not good enough, is it?
What I mean? It's the man... Naismith, it just didn't work out for him. You know what? See... I expect the Hearts to be on the coattails of sixth spot, man, the top six, and I expect them to coast this Conference League. And it couldn't have been much worse. And I tell you what, you look at the next coming fixtures, man. If they don't beat St John, a draw against St Johnstone's not good enough, and then you get Hibs up next, I believe, at Tynecastle. Just not good enough, man. He could be gone before the new year comes in. Well, he should be if he loses.
They say you never want to lose games, but I tell you what, man, see if you told me that Critchley would go if we lost our next two, I'd take that.
Losing to Hibs, though?
I'd take that. I mean, we'll probably lose them anyway, I'll be honest. I mean, I expect Hibs to beat us anyway.
Yeah, Hibs have turned a corner, Hearts have turned the wrong street.
Just did not want Critchley in.
Heading back to Love Street, circa 86.
Yeah, it's just not, it's just not good enough. The guy needs to go. We need to get somebody in.
Yeah, shite. Hearts, obviously, I believe it's a 3 o'clock kick-off, the last game on Sunday against St Johnstone. Just bogging into it. Not much happening there.
No, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Will he survive the year?
I think he will,
I mean, obviously, Hibs Boxing Day, so... But there is no winter break this year. But then the problem is, right... If he loses the next two or picks up a point and loses the Hibs, which still should be sacked, by the way, it's like the longer you leave it, you're in the January, and then what? Do you just give him the window? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Hearts need to act now, and I'd sack him. As we've said about 100 times, it was absolutely ludicrous, right, to give this guy a 3-year deal. Brain dead.
I don't get it.
Just a guy that's no good enough, right? And it offers nothing, right? And you know what? I mean, I see a few similarities with Rangers. As much as I've buried Clement, you can see certain things with Clement. He's changed things.
At least Clement had a track record.
Oh, aye, yeah, then that is a key thing.
Now, a lot of people say the track record was getting sacked for every club, but he had success at clubs as well.
He's won league titles. And
he won league titles in Belgium. He had a decent run for a while at Monaco. Let's not pretend that Clement hadn't done good things at a club level. This guy's done nothing.
We managed Blackpool, managed the Liverpool under-18s, yeah, of course, and managed them once when Jurgen Klopp went on holiday.
Sacked for Blackpool twice.
I mean, work at it.
That's enough for me.
You know what I mean? That sounds like the average holiday to Blackpool.
Tell you what, I'll give him. How much the cost do you get to Blackpool now?
For train tickets these days, folks, I don't know.
I'll give him £300. He can have a wee weekend in Blackpool if he leaves the night.
Aye.
Anyway, that's that
Pleasure
guy.
Beach and what's the amusement's called?
Treasure
Island.
Treasure Island.
Pleasure Island. Epstein.
We would have a better chance of getting a better manager, man, out of Treasure Island with a fucking claw machine or something.
Aye.
You know, I think that's what we should do. See, instead of pumping all these millions into the club, just pump a couple of £20 notes into these claw machines, and
A few of those donkeys would do better.
We might. Well, aye, that's a fucking.
What Hearts getting this season? Hee-haw.
Yeah, at least if you get the ball in the free, you know what I mean, the 3 point hole. Like, I mean, any 3 points has Critchley picked up? No enough. Anyway, that's it. Till next time. Leave a like, leave a comment. Hearts are shite.